Have you ever watched Money Heist, the hit Netflix series that aired in 2017? Now, the story revolves around a group of selected criminals who conducted a grand heist at the Royal Mint of Spain and, successfully, made it out with a total of $1.1 billion. A similar case occurred in a country of nearly 34 million people today. Instead of criminals, it was high-level officials that ruled the country. Rather than stealing $1.1 billion, it was over $4.5 billion that was misappropriated. The country in question is none other than Malaysia. Now, the 1Malaysia Development Berhad, or commonly known as the 1MDB scandal, is one of the biggest scams in history. The 1MDB was established to make Malaysia a better place, but unfortunately, the only thing it made better was the government officials' bank account. So, who are the ones involved within this scandal? The main characters of this scandal were the former Prime Minister of Malaysia, Dato Sri Haji Muhammad Najib bin Tun Haji Abdul Razak, together with his 1MDB partner, Jolo. Now, who is Jolo? Jolo is a highly influential person who has made a lot of connections with wealthy families during his studies overseas. This included Riza Aziz, the stepson of Najib. At that time, Najib was the fund's chairman and Jolo was the advisor, though Jolo had full control on the 1MDB's funds. The 1MDB was established in the year 2009 when Najib Razak became the 6th Prime Minister of Malaysia. The 1MDB's first move was to invest $1 billion in an oil company called PetroSaudi that was located in Saudi Arabia, but in reality, only $300 million was invested in PetroSaudi, while the remaining went into Jolo's offshore account located in Switzerland. Now, Jolo diverted the 1MDB's funds into his accounts for personal usage. He used it to fund his spending overseas, such as organizing large-scale parties that costed him millions of dollars. As for Najib, he used the 1MDB's funds given by Jolo to host political events and to achieve his political goals. Now, how did this scandal happen? To sum it up, it began with a conflict of interest from both sides. Jolo managed to convince Najib so that he could be fully in charge of 1MDB's funds. In return, Jolo proposed to Najib a few deals that could help increase his political influences. Now, the ethical issues brought forth from the scandal include money laundering, embezzlement, bribery, and conflict of interest. Money laundering is defined as the act of disguising the source or true nature of money obtained through illegal means. Embezzlement, also known as financial fraud or larceny, is defined as a crime that occurs when an individual intentionally withholds or uses assets and monies for a purpose other than for what it is intended. Now, bribery refers to the offering of something of value for the purpose of influencing the action of an official in the discharge of his or her public or legal duties. In the case of conflict of interest, it is defined as a conflict between the private interest and the official or professional responsibilities of a person in a position of trust. Now, analyzing the nature of the scandal from different ethical theories, be it utilitarianism, Kantianism, Islamic ethics, and business ethics, we only prove the actions taken were wrong. There is simply no way to justify the actions of the parties involved. Their corruption has left Malaysia in debt and on the verge of bankruptcy. What more, delayed the development of the nation. David Cameron, former Prime Minister of the UK, once said, "Corruption is one of the greatest enemies of progress in our time. It is the cancer at the heart of so many of the world's problems."